Hello, I'm Shotaro Sano. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. This channel is a talk room where I share real, unfiltered conversations about career and learnings, primarily through conversations and dialogue with guests I really want to talk to. And so today's guests are very, very special. They're from Soil Institute of Management, which is one of the top business school in India. And Soil and Shizenkan have international partnership. And here we are. Thank you, Harsh, and thank you, Shantanu, for joining this podcast. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Sho,
Thanks,
for giving
Shraddha.
us this opportunity.
Right, right. So it was very unfortunate for me not to join the India trip. Shizenkan student made a trip to New Delhi, and thanks to Soil students, they guided us to learn about India, and I couldn't join. But still, thank you to my classmate who is named Haruka, connected me to Harsh, and here we are today. Okay, and so first to kick off, could you introduce yourself like briefly about yourself and what you do, what you study in soil, maybe starting from Harsh and then Shantanu next. Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah, sure, it works. So, my name is Harshvardhan Sureka. I am currently pursuing PGPM in analytics from Soil Institute, Gurgaon. Before joining Soil, I was working with American Express. My focus was into credit analytics, finance, and now I am trying to combine my focus towards data, finance, and strategy all together so that I can be solving the real business issues going ahead in my career. Yeah, that's pretty
I
about
see.
me.
I see. Wow. One question let me ask. What was your motivation to join Soil comparing to other business schools?
Yeah, so I wanted to have a technical and functional experience all together, not
Mm,
just gaining the technical knowledge and some business terms for my career growth. I was looking for an institute which was actually value driven. So our founder in Soil, Mr. Anil Sachdev, he's
mm,
kind of person who is actually a value driven person, and
I
Soil
see.
itself provides technical knowledge along with those values. So after doing a multiple research of all the institutes which were under my radar, somehow I got more driven towards the soil program. And the PGPM program was more lucrative because it is a 1 year program. So I have to just pause my career for 1 year rather than giving a pause for 2 years, which will obviously give me a better ROI also. So
Right, right.
that was my purpose of joining soil.
Great story.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let me ask then the introduction to Shantanu.
Hello everyone. My name is Shantanu Mishra, and I'm from a very born in very small city in India called Sagar in the state of Madhya Pradesh. But
Mm,
as small it is, it's a very beautiful city and people with even bigger hearts. I've completed my graduation. I've completed my BTech from computer engineering
mm,
because I always had passion for computers. And then I joined a IT consulting company called Capgemini, and over there I have worked for almost 4 years, and I've worked with SAP system. So
mm.
my work experience has always been around ERP,
I see.
but
I see.
I have been too much into data. So
Mm,
while I was getting behind data, working with the data, always data, but it was never the why. That why factor. Why are we doing this? What is the
mm.
meaning behind this? So that led me to pursue MBA.
I see.
And soil attracted me because, as Hers said, the ideology and one thing that we talk about here are the five pillars and the sustainability, ethics, mindfulness, all those guided towards me. And I also didn't want to be too much away from my job, because when you work for 4 years, suddenly taking 2 year gap to study becomes
Mm,
difficult, because
mm,
then again you have to get back to the job. So
mm.
my motivation was mostly towards a 1 year program, and
Mhm.
this was one of the best institute I found.
I
The
see.
curriculum matched, the pace matched, and that's why I
Mhm.
joined Soil. And here I am, from a technical person to a techno functional person in a transformational journey.
Nice, beautifully put. So you both are data guys and super expert in numbers, using numbers and calculation. And wow, bright
So
brains.
one thing I would like to point here, so me and Shantanu, so why I approached Shantanu for joining this podcast was
Hmm.
because we both have that generalist mindset, and we
Mm.
often tell students also to have that general mindset, not actually look for your specialization in any of the cohort, whether it can be analytics, whether it can be finance or HR or marketing. So here we are having four cohorts, but me and
Mm.
Shantanu, we both are actually having that general mindset. We should actually gain knowledge from all the cohorts and all the
Hmm.
teachings which we are being taught here, whether it can be of HR, marketing, finance, and focus will be more on our domain which we have chosen, which is analytics. But we can have that approach of learning all the things rather than going for just a
Yeah,
single approach or a single mindset. So that is
of
why
course, of course.
that was the reason why I asked Shantanu for joining this.
Hmm. I already have feeling of Shizenkan program and also Soil program has very in value and also philosophy wise very similar, which is not just pursuing how to make money, but why to make money and how to change maybe society and to become a whole person leaders to make things happen. And especially you guys are working on 1 year program, and you should be very all the programs are packed in 1 year and very busy, but I already have so much empathy. We share a lot of things. I feel that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Thank you for a great introduction. Yeah. So you met many Shizenkan students during our classmates coming to soil. What was like the impression of Shizenkan students from you guys? Maybe to Harsh first, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So coming to the Shizinkan students and the exchange program we had, so I found that the students of Shizinkan are a lot more mature and a lot more experienced compared to the soil students, and way more like the Japanese culture, which is instilled within them. They are way too much disciplined when it comes to
I see.
interacting with people or doing any assignments, because there were a lot of assignment which we had to do together
Mm-hmm.
during our Indian
Mm.
leadership conference. So what I observed was, if it would have been the Indian students, they could have found a way of dodging it. But when it came to Sri Lankan students, they were more focused, and one thing which I
Mm.
also admired a lot was the question asking thing. So
Mm.
if
Mm.
there were
Mm.
around 20 questions being asked to the panelists,
I
approximately I
see.
would say 70% of them were asked by the Sri Lankan students. So that actually
Mm.
that
Mm.
I was questioning actually myself why I am not able to question the panelist this much question when Sri Lankan students are
Mm.
having having that mindset, and they can ask so many questions to the panelist. Why I am not able to do it? So that was my
Mm.
point of
Mm.
view. Maybe Shantanu may have something different to share.
Just to start with, the one beautiful thing that I liked, what they were actually interested in what we had to offer. They were not there just for the sake of the visit or to have fun. Whether let it be technical, or whether let it be something culture, or if a part of us that we are showing, they are always interested in something, and to their view towards it was like gaining the knowledge, gaining the experience, sharing the experience. So that fascinated me. And
Mm.
again, the discipline part is always there, and it is something that comes from the Japanese culture about punctuality and discipline. So
Punctuality,
that
yes.
is something that everyone in the
Right.
world should learn from Japanese, which is about
Mm.
punctuality and discipline. And that's what I am learning as well, because in India
Mm.
sometimes we are a little bit lenient towards the discipline and punctuality part, because we are more chill, I would say.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
guys are
yeah,
more energetic, I think.
yeah, we are more energetic. And one the common thing that I liked when they were comfortable around us
Mhm.
and they were relaxed around us. They were able to communicate more freely with us, and that really
Mm.
made us happy because it was like we were with some friend and not a student from foreign university.
Mm.
That
Mm.
that
Yeah.
that Because we spent time with them, and because of that factor only, we were willing to go outside with them. I think Harsh and me were one of those peoples who have had the most time with them, so it was fun for
Yes,
us.
that's what I
Mhm.
heard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so on top of the question that I asked, then I would like to maybe ask your opinion on. So both Japan and India are, I think, big player in Asia in
Yeah.
terms of like international, geopolitic sense. And from your perspective at Soil, how maybe should future business leader in India and also business leader in Japan collaborate to ensure like healthy ethical economic growth across Asia? Because I think that's the similar theme that we're thinking in Shizenkan and also Soil.
I would say we both, if we are talking about country, we both
Hmm.
have a separate strengths, but we are complementary to each other.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah, I agree.
Japan brings the discipline,
Hmm.
the long-term planning part, the precision, the high quality, and India brings that enthusiasm, the scale, the innovation. And if we are collaborating together, we can be one of the biggest powers together, because there are certain few examples if you can even look at. For example, there has been a lot of collaboration between a company called AM Green from India and Japan's Mitsui, and they're
Mm.
approaching towards green aluminum production. That's there, and there are lots of there's also been some discussions in the business meet which we had in 2025
Mm.
about eco-friendly green hydrogen. So that sustainability part is also a huge factor, and this complementary nature between the two countries is going to help us a lot.
Mm.
And one of the biggest crisis that recently the world faced was about the semiconductors, and I think we also have a roadmap planned for that as well, regarding semiconductors, the clean energy and the proper supply chain. And these partnerships are going to be very important and a huge forge towards building a good relationship, and not just good relationship but in huge economic power.
Mm.
And one thing that I find most is this is a part about the population, and one country is having that issue towards the decreasing side, another one is having towards the increasing size. So
Mm.
we can also have that collaboration in terms of the workforce
Mm.
to
Mm.
have produce a much better output and a much efficient output. I would say that's necessary for both the countries.
All right, thank you so much. How about you, Harsh?
Yeah. So if I have to explain the Indian and Japanese thing together, I would
Mm-hmm.
like to start with an example, which is one of the I guess which is one of the biggest example, which is Maruti and Suzuki. So Maruti, an Indian
Mm-hmm.
company, Suzuki and Japanese brand. Suzuki
Yes.
already had that technology, that long-term mindset, ethical mindset, sustainability mindset. It had means all sorts of technology. And Shantanu mentioned about the scalability. India has that mass
Yeah.
population and there is a scalable option. So when we combine that together, you have the technology, we have the mass population. It can be a great business idea. When it comes to sustainability, Maruti and Suzuki both are producing such cars which are actually giving a good mileage. We are not looking
Mm-hmm.
for
Yes.
something like mileage plays a great role when I'm using a 1 liter of petrol and the car can give me a mileage of 20-25 kilometers. It is
Mm-hmm.
sustainable for the environment. So that is the
Yeah.
kind of example we want to set for the coming generations also, that we should be looking all together rather than looking just for the numbers, the revenue. So that can not be just a one factor for our collaboration. And obviously, the population is a big issue in India. But
Mm-hmm.
when I was having that conversation with Shizenkan students, so when it comes to disposing of waste, like we both as a country, whether it is Japanese people or Indian people, we are consuming lots of plastic. In our daily life, we are decomposing and using lots of plastic materials. But
Yeah.
the Japanese people, they know how to decompose that plastic rather than an Indian
Mhm.
person who just throws away on a roadside. And then after there is famous areas in Delhi which are having big mountains of those garbage because we don't know how to
Yeah.
decompose that after using that. So we
Mhm.
were having a conversation how we can use your technologies for decomposing
Mhm.
the waste material over India. That is the collaboration and that is the going forward lessons we should
Yes.
actually have from the Japanese
Mhm.
student and the scalability option obviously which is present in India. That is the thing.
Yes, thank you so much. I think you two beautifully explained the key points, and I cannot agree more. Japan and India can complement each other, and Japan are relatively old society, so a lot of older people and less young people. That means we have in business and technology industry. I think we have many experiences, and we've made maybe a lot of mistakes in the past. So that's something we can offer. And from India, so many young people, young bright people like you guys, a young power, and market is of course immense, so big. And I also saw the collaboration of software and hardware. So Japan maybe have many experience in hardware, and you guys are super leader of software industry. So many compliments I saw there. So thank you for your comments. And one thing I was curious to ask was in soil a program. So sustainability is it a very big topic that is taught in soil program?
Yes,
Yes.
sustainability is a huge topic, and
Mm,
just to tell you that the one of the biggest events, the conference that we had, which was the ILC Inspired Leadership Conference,
mm.
was completely around the topic circular economy,
Okay,
and
circular economy. Yeah.
which, yeah, and which also had a huge impact towards the sustainability part. So, and I
Mm,
think it's really important because if you're thinking about the environment nowadays,
mm.
if
Yeah.
even as a business leader, if you're not approaching towards any problem, or if you're devising any solution from the point of view of an angle of a sustainable part, I think your business will fail,
Mm,
because you have to think about both the money part as well and also the environment factor, and
mm.
how you
Yeah.
can reuse, recycle maximum, utilize maximum resources.
Yes. Yeah. So, do you see a lot of business opportunities in sustainability perspective also in India?
Yeah, yeah, there are a lot of business opportunities when we talk about from a sustainability point of view. So here
Mm,
in India, what the main issue is that like lots of business ideas are there. Like people
mm,
on
mm.
a day to day because it is a big country with a huge population.
Yes.
But and when there is a huge population, the issues are also there. There are a lot of issues on a day to day basis. Now to solve those issues, there are business ideas coming up. But what those entrepreneurs miss is the sustainability part because they are not able to create a value chain. So what we
Mm,
in
mm,
soil were taught about how to create a value chain from the starting to the end. So how the raw material is required, how the R&D is done, and when the consumer is using the product, how we can decompose it or
mm,
like
mm,
reuse it. So
mm, mm,
what is this is the this is a major thing which the Indian entrepreneurs currently are.
mm, mm.
I'm having that mindset within myself that whenever I am going to create any business, I will look for creating a good value chain from sustainability point of view rather than a number driven business.
I see.
Yeah, one example I'd just like to add over here is the biggest thing that as in India is approaching towards is the E20, which is the ethanol blending of the petrol.
Mm,
So this will ensure that both reduces the pollution, carbon emission. This will reduce the oil imports, which will help our economic growth. And we are also at the same time, to those who are not aware, ethanol is produced from sugarcane, and we
Mm.
can mix it with the petrol to create a blend, then the product becomes more environment friendly.
Mm.
And that is how our government is approaching towards the problem of too much of carbon emission.
I see.
And
I see.
this in fact contributes to everything. It will contribute to the sustainability, economic growth, the social impact. And this is one of those things which is very responsible from the both infrastructure side, vehicle standards, and also creating the agriculture balance. So yeah, as a country also we are moving towards, and
Mm.
not just thinking about just the business part or the environment part, but a collaboration between everything. How it can help us, how we can also make money at the same time, and also increase our economy by
I
reducing
see.
the
Yeah.
imports.
Interesting. Thank you. Okay. Let me ask slightly different question, different topic. And so we're in now era of AI. So AI tools are now becoming a bigger and bigger thing in our life and in our work setting also. And I personally use a lot of AI tools today, and I like use it. For instance, I use it as like a discussion partner, like research assistant, and maybe sometimes crafting contents also. And I was wondering how you guys use these AI tools, and what tool exactly specifically you guys use, like this year maybe. Which is your most favorite AI tools of this year? Is my question.
Harsh, do you want to go?
Um, so I would go
Because
ahead. Yeah, yeah. If you're saying anything, Shantanu, you can also mention it.
no, you can go ahead, because I think we are sharing the same feeling, so you can go ahead.
Yes. So there are not lot many AI tools which I use. So
Mm,
one of the basic tools which I'm using currently, it is ChatGPT. So
okay. Yeah.
I'm actually use how for basic understanding, like if there is an assignment given to us, for just getting a basic idea about how that assignment can be done, because
Mm,
I'm a person who actually look for a validation when, even if the chat gpt is giving any particular input about any of the company, what I actually observe, there is a mismatch in data when I'm preparing any assignment or any project which has been given to us, because it cannot give you the accurate figures which actually is present in the market. So either it can be validated from any government website or the company for which I am researching. So if you go to that official website of the company, that will actually give you a precise data particularly. One more AI tool which I liked was InVideo. So recently, a project was given to us for creating a AI-driven video. So I was not, like I
mm,
mentioned, I not used too much of AI tools, but InVideo was a tool
yeah.
which
Yeah.
actually amazed me. So I gave a prompt to InVideo, and it created a video
Mm,
for me. So I felt like, okay, this kind of tools I particularly see in social media. They create a lot of videos using
mm-hmm.
these tools, but I never used these kind
Yeah.
of tools. So actually, I was very much amazed
Yeah.
by what kind of output I received from InVideo.
Yeah.
And
See.
Yeah.
See.
one more
If I
thing,
have to, yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, Shantanu. We
please.
can I can add that later on as an example. You can go ahead.
Yeah. So this is where I share one part. I really share with the feeling, the assignment part, because nowadays you cannot approach any assignments without the use of the all the different AI tools. But one thing is that I'll use a lot of tools. I have approached every tool there is in the market. I
Hmm.
have used ChatGPT, I have used Gemini, I have used Claude, DeepSeek. There are many tools available. So
Yes.
for me, the best thing that I have found in terms of getting the content, it
Hmm.
would be ChatGPT.
Hmm.
But then again, it is always better for you to make AI something of a support for you,
Yes.
because you don't want to lose that ability to think, because in the
Yeah,
end the strongest tool is the brain, and you never want to let go of that. So
Hmm.
AI will be part, and it is going to get a lot smarter, and but you need to make correct use of it, how you
Yeah.
can have the maximum efficient working from it, and at
Hmm.
the same time not let go of that understanding feature of the brain of yours. So if we are talking about the tools perspective, I think content generation, ChatGPT is the best. And if we are going for the image generation, for that image, Gemini is the best tool that I have found.
Hmm.
And another tool which is Cloud,
Yeah.
which not many people use, but if they start to use it, it also gives wonderful results. So
Hmm.
these are the things you have to explore. And so yeah.
I see. So, Shantanu, you're from software development industry. I think tools like Cursor or like Devin, those vibe coding, what we call it, is now taking off, I think. So, how to code software is, I think, changing already, and will have a lot of impact on software industry in all over the world. But I think India will be affected, a very big impact. So do you see any like industry change or from AI standpoint, software industry? Is it how do you see like the future?
Yeah, there are going to be changes, but if you think about it, let's just say 30 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
when there were a lot of manual jobs that people were doing, and then the computers came and the coding software came, and
Mm-hmm.
people thought now jobs will be taken over by these machines, but that did not happen.
Right.
Jobs, the amount of jobs were more increased in the
Mm-hmm.
society. So that there is this concept called as responsibility. It's a very common concept. If you are giving too much power to the AI, who
Mm-hmm.
will be responsible for the output? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's good as long as you're getting positive output, but if it starts to give negative output, who will you hold responsible?
Yeah.
So that part will always be in the discussion between
Mm-hmm.
the. So it's always good to have the AI into the systems, but at the same time, how it will impact software is that you are making use of the tool, you're
Mm-hmm.
generating content, but you will still need someone who can make value out of that content that the AI has given.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I am a developer, if I am programming in SQL, if I give control over to the AI, and if in case something fails in the production environment, it is going to be huge error from the company's side, and there will be nobody held accountable, just the company. So the people will always be there. There is going to be collaboration between people and AI. The
Mm-hmm.
machine and
Yeah.
human part will always collaborate going forward. There are going to be work environment changes, definitely that will happen, that will always happen with the increase of technology. But this part of AI completely taking over is, I think, a huge misunderstanding in terms of how it can provide the input. It is also necessary because I think one of the huge things which happened 3 years ago was the script part. I think in Hollywood or somewhere they held a protest against the tools taking over,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that,
Yes.
yeah. So you cannot give too much control, because in the end, people are what matters to you the most, not the tools.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my way of looking at it. You have to work together, you have to collaborate, and not work in silos.
I see. Yeah, I agree. And so my current interest is what we call infodemic, which is like information epidemic, and that is a similar topic as like a fake news on the internet and social media, and especially about like healthcare harmful information or like scientific false information, or sometimes politic information. Could be misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation. Those well harmful information on the internet
Yeah.
world. And in Japan, it's getting, I think, a bigger problem, like that of United States. And I wonder how it's like in India. Do you guys use a lot of like social media? I'm sure there's Instagram or like other Indian, maybe local social media
Yes.
as well.
Yes. Yes. So
How do you
yeah,
feel those?
yeah. So if we speak particularly about infodemic, so that is an issue in India also, because here what we call it WhatsApp University. So there are a lot
Okay.
of people. So jokingly we call it WhatsApp University. So people who are gaining knowledge from social media and WhatsApp messages, which they generally receive either from their relatives or from their friends. So yeah, that is an issue for such a huge population in like India. So the issue which is created is there are lots of communal rights, and people are biased towards any particular person or any particular government. it creates a lot of chaos. If you open a news channel in India at a given point of time, you can find a lot of masala and a lot of news which actually is false driven. So what I do on my side, I don't particularly rely on those posts or those messages. What our responsibility being a citizen is to go to a visit a reliable source or reliable media which you trust, or a reliable person who can actually give you a correct information. So that is your responsibility, which every citizens could do.
My outlook towards is that people sometimes act in a very foolish manner. You
Mm.
always have to, and it's something that we also have done, and we are trying to improve ourselves as well. So as a community, it's really important that always verify whatever information you get and not just act based on it. My personal experience have also been that I have come across some information and acted on it without thinking about it, but I'm trying to learn. It's always
Yeah.
good to just take it in, but also if you are acting on it, just try to figure it out if it's good or not. And here the AI part is also very harmful in a way, because it is creating, because what social media wants is engagement. And
Yeah.
as AI is getting good, it is creating a lot of misinformation, lot of fake videos that we see which look too real to us. And here what government can take actions is make use of AI to battle AI. They can create systems using artificial intelligence that can detect the misinformation and at the same time report it if it's appearing to be misidentified or if it's incorrect. So I think that's a beautiful way to approach it.
Yeah, like Grok
Yes.
in
Yeah.
the Grok which Twitter is
Mhm.
using, the Elon Musk software. So
Mhm.
actually, I am a hard time Twitter user.
Okay.
I believe a lot
Me
on.
too.
Yeah, so I don't actually rely more on the WhatsApp and the Instagram thing. Whenever
Mhm.
there is a buzz of anything, I
Mhm.
generally go and verify through Twitter. And Grok is
I see.
one kind of tool they have created, which actually helps in validating a particular news. Because in Twitter also there were a lot of fake news coming in. So
Yeah.
that was a great use of AI, which they actually did. And secondly, maybe this is not related to the particular term, but what I think is there's a left brain and the right brain, which the human has. So left brain is
Mhm.
basically inclined towards logical and analytical thinking, and
Yes.
right brain
Yeah.
is for creativity and intuition. So when you're dealing with such kind of false news, you should actually activate your left brain. You should think logically and
Mhm.
have that analytical mindset before like jumping into particular conclusion and having your own opinion then. So that is one thing which we could do before having our own opinion. And
Yeah.
so right brain actually is not related to this topic. We could discuss the right brain part later on.
Yeah,
Right
because
brain.
as humans we are very emotional people and we get
Yeah.
affected by very smallest of
Yes.
things. So
Mm.
it's good
Yes.
to sometimes let go of that emotional part and think critically from the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's very interesting that, we come from different part of the world, but we share a very common problem and very common way of thinking. So I agree both of you guys' opinion very much. Thank you. And okay, now I'd like to, because time is limited, please allow me to ask you questions about your future aspiration. And so I think as we've discussed, our both, schools are very conscious about social value over just pure making money, mere profit way of thinking. And what is your personal in your business career? What do you feel most personally about the Indian social problem that you would like to work on, and how would that is supported by soil?
Yeah, so like I would describe with an example which we had with our founder. Our session was
Mhm.
there. So we were told, we were asked about our ikigai. So
Mm.
what is our purpose of
Ikigai.
life? So Japanese actually follow that you have to have your purpose in life, what you want to do. Yeah, so from the very beginning, not from the very beginning of the soil, but actually before joining the soil also, I had that mindset of solving any social problem and actually making, like, if it can be viable for doing a business also. I'm a part-time traveler also. So something which I love most while traveling into some places which are very natural, whether it can be any mountain or beaches. So I kind of want to give that experience to people also who are just living in that corporate jungle. If they can come out of that corporate jungle and see the nature with a different perspective. So that was one of the purpose which I had. If I can convert it into any business idea. Secondly, what issue was with me? I was detected with diabetes back in 2024, in the early 2024. So somehow I changed my lifestyle, my eating pattern, food consumption pattern, my workout pattern, and somehow recovering the diabetes part. Now that have become actually my cause, so that I can help people for overcoming that particular issue, because that is also a good business idea, because if in India
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
a survey, most of the people are pre-diabetic, but they are not just realizing it, and later on it will be an issue for them. So that is also
yes,
a ikigai for me.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you. How about you, Shantanu?
Yeah, for me, just before going on to us, I just have to tell you something. This
Mm,
guy is only 29 years old, and the transformation he has, I'm talking about Harsh. So there are
mm,
different
Yeah.
12 Jyotirlings.
mm,
So in India, these are some of the most revered places, the worshipped places, and some have really difficult treks to do. And
mm,
this
mm,
guy has completed all the 12 Jyotirlings, and
mm,
this guy also has completed all the Dham Yatra as well, which are
mm.
one of the biggest
Yes.
religious places in India. And
Okay.
there are some Panch Kedar. Out of those 5 Kedars, he's also completed 4 Kedars and
Yeah.
also 3 Kailash. So that's something that is very difficult for someone to do who is just 29. So see the impact that I think he is inspiring a lot of others in terms of
Mm,
fitness as
mm,
well, because
mm.
someone who was really overweight and who was diagnosed with diabetes, and now he has done all of these things in terms of
Yeah.
fitness, so that's a really huge thing.
Mm, mm.
So that is
I
something I
understand.
want to
I
put it
understand.
out of.
Thanks,
And
Shantanu.
Yeah, thank
Thanks.
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
and just talking about business, getting back into the loop, I see there are, this is one conversation I was having this morning as well. There is active income and passive income. So
Mm,
you have to think about both of these things, how you can utilize both passive income, because that passive income part is going to be a huge asset going forward.
mm,
And jobs will never create money.
mm,
What will create money are businesses, and that is my outlook towards in the future, because I will be doing job right now, but 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, I have to start creating something which will make money, which will be built on it.
mm,
And at the same time, the few things that I would like to support are the education. There are still huge skill gap in
mm.
India, a huge knowledge gap, so I would like to support towards that.
Mm,
And
mm,
also the women empowerment part, because we need to
mm,
start thinking about from that perspective at how we can give, because there are a lot still in the rural areas, women are not given opportunity to do things, and that is something that we need to take action against, how we can, because there are a lot of talented people, talented women in general, but they are not getting that part. And the third thing is I want to do something for the army. So if
mm,
I am creating business, that some percentage of it I would like to donate towards the army of India, and
mm.
how I can help them. So that is few things that I am looking forward to.
I see. I see. Wow. You guys have, yeah, yes.
One thing I would like to add for Shantanu, he is president of our student council. He takes all many of the responsibility, whether it can be of the council responsibility or
Mm,
the students' responsibility. And I guess most of the students will actually validate.
mm,
He
mm,
have given part-time classes to the students who are facing issue with either Python or R programming or SQL. who are not too much into analytics. He takes out his time out of his busy schedule and somehow arranges classes for them. So yeah, that is actually a social responsibility which he does, and I have given advice to him all, on a personal level, that he can actually work on that and create a business out of it, because he is solving a business, a problem for skill development for people.
Yes, yes.
At the same time, it is viable for a business also.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah, yeah, I agree. So since Soyo is a 1 year program, and you two are, when this program ends?
And April is
In
the last date.
22nd.
Oh, April. Okay, okay. So, huh. Okay. So do you have like short term specific plan for the next step after you graduate?
So right now, the only thing in our pipeline are the jobs. How we are creating impact from this job. So I am personally placed in Infosys in the FSDGC component, which is takes care of the payment gateway, and I think it is
Mm.
something that a lot. It's going to be a trend in IT because everything is coming to the mobile, and how you can make the maximum use of handheld devices, so you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to again go to the systems, or you can go to the branches. So that is a really huge thing. And Harsh himself, he has been placed in the Oxen partners. That is a really good profile, and I think it is the best package currently that Soil has to offer has been given to us. There's
Mm-hmm.
another girl called Aditi Shukla. So these two are the ones to crack those. Maybe Harsh can provide more insights of his shorter outlook, because he is more well versed in finance. He's come out of a finance background.
Yes.
He has also given, there is CA examinations. He has completed those as well, and he has some business background as well. So maybe he can provide more insights on it. What his short term is.
Yeah, so currently speaking, so I have been placed in Oxygen Partners. It is a company which is actually providing service to almost top 20 investment banking firms in the world. It is into private credits also. So, like we were talking about the AI part, I love the most. So, if I speak about that experience also for the given interview which I had with Oxygen Partner, the AI information which I received while preparing for my interview was very different from the way I studied the company's profile from his own website. So that example I was supposed to give earlier, but I'm mentioning it right now. And I have finance experience because I did my graduation in finance domain. I was in operations in American Express.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, like speaking, I'm again back to that finance domain as I've joined as an associate in Oxen Partner. But yeah, I am having a, a, a small venture which I have in my mind currently in my pipeline.
Okay.
It started as an assignment, but somehow I
Mm-hmm.
am now currently interacting with my Japanese peers also
I see.
right now with Haruka and many other involved with Haruka. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we have not went to that extent because I am having a team in India also. So most of them are aligned. So we are trying to crack a vending machine which can be
Mm-hmm.
helpful in India
Mm.
for making juice, a real-time juice in that particular vending
I
machine,
see. I see.
uh, and given lots of option, not just a
Interesting.
one or two fruit option. Yeah, so I'm working on that also because I'm actually a health-driven person. I look for some healthy option myself. So that is the thing I'm
Mm-hmm.
currently working on, apart from my future with Oxygen Partner.
Wow,
Yeah.
you guys have a lot to think about and a lot to do.
Yeah.
That's so great.
I
Yeah.
sometimes I think about how I can set up a business near my hometown where my
Mm-hmm.
the family is.
Yeah.
It's a rural area, so
Mm-hmm.
I have lot of opportunity over there. If I'm setting up a business, I can help the people with that knowledge gap, and also
Mm-hmm.
you have the women empowerment factor. So all those factors that I am listed before, if I am putting something over there, I think I can create a huge impact. So that is, I have few ideas in my mind, But again, I need more experience, more understanding, because if you are going to approach business from a naive point of view, then it is going to fail. So you should have the knowledge and proper experience before going about it. So I'm just waiting for that. When I'm ready, I'll just go towards it.
Great, great.
I had a question
Yes.
about a concept of CSR, the company social responsibility. So,
Hmm.
do you in Japan have this kind of concept, company social responsibility? Okay.
We
So
do,
like
and
if you can explain like how in Japan the business create impact through CSR, because in India it is a very different
mm,
perspective. So if you can give a brief
yeah.
idea about how it's going on in Japan.
Yeah, so I think in Japan, I think the concept of CSR, similar concept has been always there. So it was in the past called Mecena or something like that,
Okay.
and then the word CSR came out, and then currently I think it's might be called ESG or
Yeah.
sustainability, or so the wording is had been changed, but it's been always I think there. And nowadays, so there are, I think, many parts in Japan. Historically, it may be similar to India, but women, there were very few women management people in Japanese corporate setting. So the balance was not very natural. So the woman empowerment is one big, I think, issue, and also environmental sustainability is another one, and also inequality, the poverty issue in Japan is, I think it's getting bigger social problem than the past. So many big companies are now getting mindful about it, but it's always not easy to balance profitability and CSR activity for any companies. So I think it's a very common dilemma. And what I learned in Shizenkan class is that like someone like from Polman from Unilever bringing the CSR concept not as like byproduct or like the secondary thing of business, but thinking of sustainability as sort of like very aligned to the goal of making profit. If you could do that, then like Unilever, the company or business could be very profitable at the same time very meaningful to the future environment and future society. And I saw a very beautiful example from Paul Polman, Unilever. I think many Japanese corporate people are making those efforts to bring that kind of uh, idea and transform into a new business player, I think. But it's still there's a lot of effort to be done. Am I answering your question?
Yes, yes,
Were
yes,
there
yes.
Mm.
any specific thing?
Yeah, I have one question as well. I haven't done much research on this, so I think you might be the perfect person to answer this, because India's averages is 28, 27, 28, and
Mm,
Japan's average is somewhere from 47, 48. So that's almost 20 years gap. And what are the initiatives that government are taking? Because what I am, because based on the conversation which I've had with the friends I've made at the Shizenkan, was the same, that people are very much work oriented, and it's really getting difficult for them to remove that work part and focus on the life. And I'm
mm,
not sure what actions that government can take, because this will be a huge problem if 100 years down the line,
mm.
because even if it's severe now, it is going to get really worse.
Oh, so your question is about work and life balance of Japanese
Yeah,
corporate?
work and life balance, and what actions government is taking towards increasing the population line.
Inclusion population. See, wow, that's tough question. Frankly, I'm not an expert, but yeah, it's true that it's very hard for Japanese people when both husband and wife are both working in companies. It's very hard to raise kids in Tokyo or any other place. It's too busy to raise maybe three or more kids. So maybe one kid or at most two kids are so like the normal numbers I think in Japan. And Yeah, I have no clue how government should do in terms of increase the population, but it might be because in maybe 300 years ago, or or even 100 years ago, the population of Japan was maybe half of that of today. So Japanese rapidly increased around World War One and Two. And so I think in a sense, Japanese population are getting back to the historical number, which is around, I think, 60 million or 70 million. And that is not maybe a good thing in short term, but when we think about utilizing AI and also robotics, I might be too optimistic, but it could bring a good mix of population and also power of AI and robotics and make a good balance. Because less young people is a big problem, but also when we see it as a positive side, there's less unemployment rate, right? Everyone is pretty much will be employed. I think there's a high chance. This is my best answer so far. I can give back to you.
Yeah, no, I
But thank you for
believe
asking.
everyone is thinking about it, and government is definitely thinking about it. What
Mhm.
actions that they can take, because it's a huge problem for the country as well. So it's not like no one is working towards this; they are working towards this. Maybe they have a
Mhm.
plan which they are
Yeah,
not sharing. But yeah, I hope the here collaboration between India and Japan can also be festered, because if
yeah. I think one solution is a complementary relationship with India for sure.
hmm,
I agree.
yeah,
Wow.
so that's thank you
Okay.
for answering that. Yeah, yeah, just
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
thing I
thank you,
just
sure.
figured out, something common between three of us is that
Mhm.
Harsh was a diabetics patient, and you work with diabetes, to type 2 diabetes, when I was
Yes.
reading your
Yes.
profile. Yeah,
Yeah.
and diabetes is running in my family, so I hope I don't get it, but that's an
Mhm.
issue in my family as well, because my grandmother, my father all have diabetes,
Yes.
and
No, I will take
I
care of
am
that,
start.
Shantanu. I will take care of that.
Yes. So from my experience, behavior modification is not very easy thing. So one app cannot solve everyone's problem. That's what I faced. But for sure, being mindful about nutrition and exercises and physicians, doctors beside you is, I think, very key, important thing. But yes, the start is the knowledge, I think, to
Hmm.
confront with diabetes. Yeah, I agree.
So,
And not not only diabetes, but if any way I could be helpful to you two or anybody from soil with regard to Japan or network or whatever, please feel free to reach out to me or to whoever in Shizenkan. And I think we are always super happy to be supportive to you. And thanks so much for accepting this podcast today and support my podcast first. So I think that it'll be my turn to give you something back. So please feel free to
Definitely.
reach out anytime. Yeah.
sure.
Thanks, Shataro.
So the time has flied and it's already more than 60 minutes. So let me close this session. And this is for listeners. Thank you for listening. And please send me feedback through any media, Spotify, YouTube, or at the classroom. And please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and become a member of this talk room. And thank you so much for listening. And thank you again, Harsh, Shantanu, for joining and sharing your great story, great insights, great minds. I'm very thankful to you guys, and if you ever come to Japan, please let me know, and
Yes,
I'll definitely plan to go to India at some point in time, and I will let you know that I'll be there and
Yeah, sure. Let me know
yeah,
whenever you are in India.
this
meet
was yeah, this
offline
was
as
fun,
well.
because I think we both had fun, and not just fun. We were sharing some deep insights about both culture and
Yes.
knowledge and the technology, and
Mhm.
we are happy to do it again. If you want
Yeah, yeah,
to just
you'd be
reach
great.
out to
Yeah.
us, and we'll finalize the time.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I'll think something. I'll think something. Yeah. Yeah. This was very fun. Very fun. Okay. Thank you so much.